Hey CPS, my name is Steven. I talked to Tammy earlier and she said to go ahead and shoot this video over to you all. In this video, I'm going to be going over 3 things that you can do to actually start ranking above your competition there when it comes to these online searches where people are searching for your services online. Now, if by the end of this video you can see that I have the ability to do this and get you more high quality jobs, you can reach back out and we can chat, or you can just take this information and implement it yourself. Now I'm going to jump right in here. The 3 things I'll be covering today are content, citations, and backlinks. Now, content is everything on your website, but we're primarily focused on your homepage today. Google likes to see at least 1,500 words of content on these service-based homepages, um, such as HVAC service and heating and air. This gives you plenty of opportunity to add in all the buyer intent keywords and these keyword phrases that people are searching for when they're searching for these services online. So what I like to do first is bring up the competitors so we can see what they're doing. GSM Services is actually #1 in your area, but they cast a very wide net, and they have other services such as roofing and gutters. So I'm not going to use them as the example. I'm going to use the #2 company they're ranking #2 for most of these services here around your area, and that's Rollin Black. And I threw them into a tool here that I subscribe to called Ahrefs. This tool basically gives me a behind the scenes view of what Google uses to rank websites. Now, their website is currently being found for 25 keywords, and it was clicked on 131 times in the past 30 days. I went ahead and threw your website into the same tool. You're currently not being found for any keywords, therefore you are not being clicked through Google searches. So first thing, let's go back to our competitor. We can actually click on this number 25, and this will bring up all 25 keywords they're currently being found for. Now, there is a differentiate to like ductless mini splits in Belmont. Um, Now, some of these, it looks like most of them are buyer intent. Some of these are informational, but it looks like most are buyer intent. And so we want to look for the ones that have the locations attached to them. So like AC Repair Gastonia NC, if you service Belmont, this would be a good one to have too. And what it does is, like, for example, HVAC Gastonia NC, you can see the volume here. This got searched 80 times in the past 30 days, and their website was clicked on 8 times just for that keyword. So you'd want to go down this list and find all the other relevant keywords that for your locations and services that you provide, and you want to put them on your website, right? And there's plenty more too. This is just what our #1 competitor has. So if you want to match your competitor, you would do the same thing, but we could definitely find more and get you found for more keywords. So that is the foundation, right? You want Google to be able to find you first, all right? So that's why it's also important to have that 1,500 words, because so you can put in all these keywords without it looking like what we call keyword stuffing, right? Because if you only have 100 to 200, 300 words on your homepage there, and you try to put in all these keywords, it looks unnatural, and Google will actually penalize you for that. I'll be covering citations next. Now, when people are searching for these terms like HVAC, Gastonia, and C, studies have shown that right around 45% of those people are not scrolling past this section here. This is a map pack. They're going to be clicking on one of these businesses, and this is your Google business profile. Now, most people are under the impression that the driving factor to get ranked in this top 3 are your reviews. And while that does come into play, it's not the driving factor. The driving factor is what we call citations. Now, a citation is your business's name, address, and phone number on a directory online. And some examples of these directories are Yelp, the Better Business Bureau, and Nextdoor. Those are just a few. There's quite a few more. And it used to be that the more directories you were in, the better. As long as your reviews weren't garbage, it was the companies that had the most of these citations that would actually consistently rank in the top 3 here. But Google doesn't work like that anymore. They don't really care about the number of citations so much. They care about the source of those citations. Now, there are 50 core consumer citations. I would do a Google search on this. Just search the top 50 core consumer citations or core consumer directories. It'll give you a list. Those are the directories you want to be in, right? On top of that, you want to be in what we call the three major data aggregators. These are Data Axle, Newstar, and Foursquare. You can Google this as well. And once you are in and verified with these aggregators, they will actually take your data and push them out to hundreds of other apps, navigation systems, and directories automatically. And this is important these days because this isn't just important for Google Maps. This is important for AI searches because people are using tools like ChatGPT and Gemini to search for these services as well. And as long as your data is consistent, what I mean by that is your business's name, address, and phone number are consistent to the T through all these platforms that they search, they are going to recommend your services for people searching for them. Okay. So again, those three major data aggregators are Data Axle, Newstar, and Foursquare. Now, underneath the map pack is Google's organic search results list. And the number one spot here claims right around 40% of all clicks. So the map pack is 45% on average, but it's split in between these three businesses. This is 40% all by itself, which makes it the most clicked on position on the page. Now, the driving factor here are what we call backlinks. So with backlinks, you essentially have other websites on the internet that have a link on their site somewhere on one of their pages that when it's clicked, it leads back to your website. Now, Google uses these backlinks as sort of like an online referral system. And the more relevant that these websites are that are linking back to your site, the better for you. So, for example, say you have a local blog page or a popular industry related site that's linking back to you. That's an example of what you need to actually start having Google push you up in these search results. Now, since you guys are an HVAC company, say you have a website like Pizza Hut linking back to you. Now, Pizza Hut is very popular and gets a lot of traffic, but it's not going to do you guys any good, especially for ranking purposes, because you have nothing to do with pizza. You don't sell pizza. So let's go. We're going to revisit our competitor here, and we're going to go back into that tool, and I want to focus on this backlink profile section. So to be clear, it's through your content, primarily your keywords that Google is able to find you for these services that people are searching for. Now, once they find you, they've got to determine where they're going to place you. And that's all dependent on your backlinks. Now, our competitor currently has 413 backlinks coming from a total of 64 other websites. They call them referring domains. Let's take a look at yours. You currently have 71 backlinks coming from a total of 39 other websites. And it doesn't matter what you have because you're not being found for keywords. So that's a foundation, is your content. And then we will concentrate on your backlinks. But for now, we can look at since we know it's not the backlinks. These are like the conduit, right? It's the authority and relevance and quality of the websites that are pushing these backlinks that they're getting their power. So we want to see where they're getting their backlinks from, and we can do that by clicking this 64. That's going to bring up all 64 websites they're currently getting backlinks from. So it would really behoove you to go through this list, and there's 2 pages of them, and get backlinks from all these websites that they are. Now, if you were to do this, and this is assuming at this point that your content and your keywords are correct while you're doing this, you would eventually put yourself in contention for like the top 3 here on the first page. It would take a little bit of time to get up there, but to really start going after that number 1 spot and eventually getting it, you would want to do that with the top 3 to 5 websites, and then continue to go out and get high quality backlinks month over month. And if you just continue to do that, you would eventually catch up to them and take over that number 1 spot. And you would be getting all that traffic. Whereas now you're not getting any traffic. Number 2 position is getting 131 clicks just in the past month. So you can imagine what that would do for your business. So just to recap, first thing is going to be content. You want at least 1,500 words on your homepage with the right keywords and the right amount of keywords. Second are citations. You want to Google the top 50 core consumer citations, make sure you're in those directories. Then you also want to be in the three major data aggregators, which are Data Axle, Newstar, and Foursquare. And then lastly are backlinks, meaning you need more relevant websites linking to your site to show Google that you guys are the authority when it comes to HVAC companies in and around the Gastonia area. Now, like I said at the beginning of this video, you can take this information and implement it yourself. Or if you want to book a discovery call with me, my name is Steven. I live right here in North Carolina. You can simply reply back to this email or give me a call at 910-551-2006. Other than that, I appreciate your time, and I thank Tammy for allowing me to have the opportunity to share this with you. And if I don't hear back from you guys, have a Merry Christmas. Take care. Bye.